Hello and welcome to 5 for Friday for this Friday, September 15th, 2023. Thanks so much for joining me. Based on past data, my guess is that even though this video is going live on a Friday evening, you aren't watching it until maybe a couple days later. So you should know that a change is coming to 5 for Friday that's connected to that viewing data. Don't worry, it'll still be full of news relevant to small business owners, and it'll still be weekly, and of course just as entertaining as ever. Stay tuned next week for more on this change. For now, are you ready to get started? All right, let's begin with our story number 1, clothing of the future. I would love to wear the super cool dress that Jane Jetson wears. Is that what futuristic clothing will look like? Well, based on the latest news, probably not. What makes clothes futuristic? Well, first, AI is helping us better find clothing that suits our style and our shape. And technology is designing practical work clothes that can keep us cooler outside when the temps are super high. And it turns out that even though polyester is made from petroleum, it's also super durable and easy to recycle and remake into new clothing, which could potentially include crazy Saturn ring dress like on the Jetsons. And finally, get ready for clothing made from some more sustainable materials, including the skin of those invasive lionfish, yarn from carbon emissions, cultivated leather, and leather-like material from shellfish waste. Fun and sustainable. All right, moving on to story number 2, education in the future. Nope, we won't be jetting off to our school like Elroy Jetson, but we may be using virtual reality goggles in elementary school to immerse ourselves more in history, art, literature, science, and more. And language learning models, similar to ChatGPT, will help customize our learning experience through interactive books that can answer our questions for us. On top of that, it seems like the importance of a college degree is diminishing about as fast as tuition rates are increasing. And yes, the cost does have a lot to do with it, as the number of people going on to college in other countries is much more stable. And Gen Z isn't so sure a degree is necessary anyway, just like they don't feel the need to stick out a career in one place for very long. The heads up for you in all this? The education industry at all grades and levels is ripe for change. Where might you fit into this market? And with that, let's move on to story number 3, jobs that AI will take. The latest list of jobs that AI is expected to take from humans includes laundry, with more automated options making the chore much easier and faster. Thumbs up. Personal assistant. A Google exec thinks we will all have an AI assistant within 5 years. Her? What could go wrong? See the movie. Hackers. No more questionable wording, poor grammar, and wrong spelling in those phishing emails. AI can make them look totally legit. Who needs humans to steal data from other humans anymore? Vegas. Picture a casino with robots dealing cards and controlling the roulette wheel, while robot servers bring the drink that a robot bartender prepared for you, after you checked in by app to the hotel and then headed to the holographic performance by your favorite dead artist. Will AI also be dressing up like Super Mario, Spider-Man, or a showgirl on the strip? Who's to say? And finally, my favorite AI will take your job prediction. Giant corporate CEOs. They're just figureheads with little responsibility and accountability, one article argues. AI would be cheaper and do a better job. More in the newsletter, including digital cloning and FOBO. So check out the newsletter if you subscribe, or ask to see a free issue if you don't subscribe yet. Moving on to story number 4, changes in beverages. First, I found out that McDonald's is going to phase out their self-serve soda machines, apparently because so few people go inside to eat anymore. And then I learned that Coke is adding a new flavor assisted by AI that is supposed to taste like the future. Interesting. In other liquid news, Cup of Noodles is morphing into literally just noodles that are caffeinated to make it easier for gamers to eat while they game without spilling. And olive oil theft is a thing. Also, those clever and environmentally conscious Scandinavians have come up with a reusable container that connects and stacks for storing refillable cleaning solutions, for now, with no packaging waste, food coming later. A clear signal of change for anyone in the packaging industry. So pay attention. And then finally, our final story, story number 5, anxiety and burnout. Are we happier now, post-COVID-ish? No. Who's the least happy? Healthcare workers. Who's the most happy? Construction workers. Why are healthcare workers so unhappy? It's likely partly to do with emotional labor, meaning that they have to be friendly and polite to people all day long, similar to servers and grocery store workers. It's time to acknowledge that burden. What else is going on? We are more lonely than ever, it's not just you, and it's harder than ever to find ways to connect with real people in real places, like where everybody knows your name and they'll be there for you. I guess we need more bars and coffee shops. Even the United Auto Workers aren't just on strike to get higher wages, they also want more paid time off and more predictability in their work schedule. There's a few more stories in the newsletter if you subscribe, but suffice to say that burnout and stress has become a big business with so many people struggling. We all need to learn to take some downtime if we truly want to be good at our jobs. All right, thanks for joining me for this week's 5 for Friday. Remember, changes are coming, so stay tuned to learn more. And as always, please subscribe to this video through my website at learnstruckgrow.com and consider subscribing to the paid newsletter to get all the details, all the links, and my full take on each of the 5 topics. Reach out and I'll share a free newsletter with you so you can see what you're missing out on. And with that, thanks for joining me. Happy Friday or Sunday or Tuesday or whatever day you're watching this. Thanks. Bye.